Milagro de los Andes, Dağları Mucizesi diye adlandırılan olaydan ve detaylarından bahsedeceğim bugün size. 10 sene önce Uruguay'a geldiğimde denk geldiğim bir adamın müzesine götüreceğim sizi. Bu acı olay 13 Ekim 1972'de Uruguay'dan Şili'ye gitmekte olan Old Christians Rugby Takımı'nın uçağının Dağları'nda düşmesiyle başlıyor. Kazada 29 kişi hayatını kaybediyor. Hayatta kalan ekip üyeleri zorlu koşullarda hayatta kalabilmek için açlık nedeniyle ölen arkadaşlarının cesetlerini yemek zorunda kalıyor. Bu trajik olayın zor kararın hikayesini bir de bilenlerinden dinleyelim hep beraber. Herkese Uruguay'ın başkenti Montevideo'dan selamlar arkadaşlar. Üzerimdekine bakmayın. Maradona. Bugün neden buradayım? Şu anda Montevideo'nun, Mordor'un tam ortasındayım. Parkta oturdum. Belgesele başlamadan Uruguay çok pahalı. Ya şu sandviç bile 4 dolar falan. Su, sandviç, bisküvitli. Ya şu bisküvit 2 dolar ya. Ha Türkiye'de ne kadar bilmiyorum da çok pahalı. Arjantin'den sonra çok pahalı. Şimdi bunu yiyeceğim. Bizimki gariban belgeselcilik. Öyle milyarlarca lira bütçemiz olup da osuruktan teyyare şeyler çekmiyoruz arkadaşlar. Bütçesiz, kendi gariban bütçemizle sandviç yiyerek bir şeyler üretiyoruz. Ve gelirlerini de öğrencilere, depremzedelere. Güzelmiş ama. Pahalı ya. Bakın gördüğünüz insanların hepsi öğle tatiline gelmiş. Kendi yemeklerini evden getirmişler. Ya da benim gibi marketten almışlar. Sebebi restoranlar çok pahalı yani. 20-30 dolar. Ben bunu bir de şeyde görmüştüm. Monaco'da. Gerçekten Monaco'da da herkes parkta yiyordu. Bakın herkes ellerinde bir şeyler. Şu adamlara bakın mesela. Yiyorlar yine. Yani tamamen restoran olarak kullanıyorlar. Arjantin'de mesela kimse yemiyor. Çünkü restoranlar çok ucuz. Yani. Ne çakallar vay. Çocukken TRT'de bir belgesel izlemiştim. Çok ilginç. 70'li yıllarda geçen bir uçak kazasını anlatıyordu. Uruguaylı bir rugby takımı Şili'ye maça giderken, milli takım olabilir tam hatırlamıyorum. Şimdi öğreneceğiz. Dağları'nda düşüyordu ve çok ilginç bir hikaye ortaya çıkıyordu. Belki modern zamanlarda, modern denilebilecek ülkelerde yaşanmış tek hikaye bu. Şimdi 10 sene önce buraya geldiğimde rastlantı sonucu denk geldiğim bir müzeye ve müzeyi kuran adamla röportaj yapmaya gidiyoruz. Ve olayı size anlatacağız. Hep beraber umuyorum tabii ki teklifimi kabul ederse. Çok konuşkan, sıcakkanlı bir adamdı. Ve tabii ki olayın mağdurlarından insanlarla konuşmaya çalışacağım. Bu zor kısmı bulabilir miyiz bilmiyorum ama bulursak ne ala. Şimdi müzeye doğru yola çıkıyoruz. Tabii ki parkın güzelliği, çınar ağaçları. Arjantin ve Uruguay'ın en sevdiğim yanı, en fakir mahallelere bile gitseniz her yer çınar ağacı dolu. Bizdeki hani Dolmabahçe yolu var ya, öyle yollar burada her yerde. Ve tabii ki muhteşem parklar ve heykeller. Hadi bakalım. Başlıyor. Rus, vamos. Geldik. Küçük Museo Andes. Acaba burada mıydı? Ben birazcık daha uzaktaydı zannediyorum ama taşınmış olabilir. Oh. Disculpe, ¿está bien?
No puede.
No, no. Ah, okay. Evet arkadaşlar, adam beni tanımadı tabii ki. 10 sene olmuş neredeyse. 2014'te ben Instagram paylaşımını yapmışım ama muhtemelen 2013'te görmüş olabilirim. Yani buranın açıldığında. Şimdi kabul etti, hemen kabul etti. Giriş ücreti de almadı benden. Çok güzel, normalde böyle çakallıklar yaparlar. 100 dolar, 200 dolar diye söylerler hani belgesel için. Burada öyle bir şey yapmadı ve bir Brezilyalı arkadaşım. You're from Brazil? You're from Brazil? Yeah? Yes? Brezilya arkadaşı görevlendirdi bana. Şimdi bilgiler verecek. Ben yanlış anlamışım. Brezilyalı arkadaşı görevlendirmemiş. Ben adamla röportaj yapacağım. Şimdi bir video izletecek bize konuyla ilgili. Tabii 10 sene öncesine göre bayağı profesyonelleşmişler. Videoları falan da var. Evet. Buradan tabii biz belgesel çekeceğimiz için bu videoyu çalmayacağız. Açıyoruz.
Uruguaya similar a este, con destino final Santiago de Chile,
donde el equipo iba a participar de un partido amistoso.
My name is Jörg Thompson. Today we have 3rd of April, but this time is passing by. It's pretty cold at the moment here in Montevideo, 19 degrees Celsius. So, again, welcome. In this small museum here, we are not keen that you will be afraid next time heading home with Turkish Airways or with American Airways or British Airlines. Or Latam. And we are also not here focused on what makes the story so popular, what we call technically necrophagy. It's not cannibalism. Cannibalism is if you kill me. Okay, yeah. That's a tiny difference. We leave this issue here of the necrophagy in the hands of Gustavo Nikolić's letter. He wrote wonderful letters to his girlfriend, and you can read these letters later upstairs, and you will also read them with a smile on your face, because even if it was his the worst moment in his short life, he never lost his sense of humor, his style. You know, he was a very charming guy. I would say rather, perhaps pathologically optimistic. Never half full, never half empty. And these letters are wonderful. And Gustavo survived the crash. He was one out of the 32 initial survivors who, without injuries, there were only 5 persons without injuries, nothing. He survived the crash. He was abandoned by us as well as the others. Don't forget that we called off the search on day number 8 and made it public on day number 10. So they heard this wonderful news through the small pocket receiver they had with them. And Gustavo did eat, yes. You have to consider 2 things regarding this issue, this topic. First, what they did was for them as disgusting and horrible as for you and me. But they cannot talk about this because first they wish not to hurt the memories of our lost friends. And secondly, they wish to honor the relatives of those who did not return. What for? To do what they did was absolutely terrible for them. You know, it's like if I tell you to eat him. They did it because we called off the search. Okay, that's something was very uncomfortable for us Uruguayans to talk about, but it's a reality. You know, Gustavo was killed by the avalanche. The avalanche hit the plane in the night of the day number 16. You know, or perhaps you don't know, but the plane was open-ended, so the snow entered and filled or stuffed the plane and passed over in a layer of 1.20 meters, 1.50 meters. And it's not Sheffield Christmas Eve snow, you know, it's ice, it's 500 kilos cubic meter. So if you are under a layer of 80 centimeters, you're done. You cannot move anymore. And so 8 persons were killed due to suffocation. And Gustavo was eaten. So in order to honor our friends, our lost friends, in order to honor him, his mother, she's still alive, she's 96 now, we left this issue only in his letters, okay? What we are keen here, or what the hell we did the museum for, is, yeah, it's a good question, is to tell you, my friends from Turkey, from Sheffield, etc., they were like we are here now. We are in a community of persons who we don't know each other. Okay, I know the guys are from Uruguay and the real estate that you know among you, and obviously you seem to be a couple, but we don't know him, and you don't know me, yeah. And that was their situation. And this is because there's a concept that people believe that the plane was stuffed with rugby players, very close mates from lifelong relationships. No, 45 persons, 5 crew members, 15 rugby players, 10 of these perished. The rest were people like you and me. Yeah? And that was what made this story so unique. Not the issue of the air crash, not the issue of necrophagy or anthropophagy. It was the fact that how we here could determine or fix a common goal and achieve it, being unknown. And if you consider, for instance, the first night, imagine the first night, they were dressed like we are today. They were prepared for spring, not for minus 30 degrees Celsius. Minus 30, in your language, minus 40 is minus 40. It's where the scale crosses. No? So it's, you would say in Tampa, it's pretty cold. Yeah? And so, the first night, imagine the situation, the plane was not horizontal, it was 40 degrees. Yeah? The fuselage, the cabin, the very small part of the cabin, which was their home for 73 days, 3.5 meters, that's from that wall to this column here. And Cocinciarte embraced Canessa, shivering like hell, cheek to cheek, mouth ear, in which was the first talk, which is your name. Okay? And so we see that if we here, regardless of our age, of our skin color, of our religion, of our gender, whatever, you know, people likes to fight for whatever stupid stuff. If, regardless of our differences, if we share a common goal, we can achieve it. And that's the message, that's the product we try to sell you here today, and which was their common goal. Very simple, very easy. Western Chile. Let's be at home before Christmas. Why? Not because they were so religious. You know, we are a pretty unique country. First of all, we don't have a name. We are República Oriental del Uruguay, the country which is east from the river Uruguay. You know, so we are a geographical description. Secondly, we are a secular country, so we do not have an official religion. That's curious for you. For instance, now you are not in the Eastern week here, you are in the Semana de Turismo, because we had a fight with the Vatican some 110 years ago, and so the names were switched. Christmas is Day of the Families, you know, and Tourism Week is what you know in your world is Eastern Week, you know, and so on. So the problem was that they heard every morning the news through the small pocket receiver. The wonderful news that we called off the search. They heard the interviews of their parents, the voices of their mothers and fathers, yes, and they knew that they were considered dead. And honestly, the statistics were not on their side, because, as you perhaps know, in that area, 29 crashes in history and no survivors, only this group. You know, so the statistics were not on their side, and what they wanted is to avoid the empty chair around the table at home, you know, because they knew that their mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers were suffering. And that was the driving motor, and that's the reason why they did what they did. Okay? Questions so far?
Evet, çok büyük bir centilmenmiş adam. O zaman da öyleydi gerçekten. Şimdi müzeyi gezeceğiz, sonra da sorularımızı soracağız. Anlatması gerekirse. Burada SOS için bataryaları almışlar. Bakın, yön bulmak için 60 küsur gün sonra bir yola çıkıyorlar. Ve yolda, bu arada burada çekim yapmak normal değilsek ama izin aldık. Yolda bir Şili köylüsü bunları buluyor ve kurtarıyor. Radyoları var. Radyolardan 15-20 gün sonra şeyi öğreniyorlar. Diyorlar ki aramalar sona erdi, hepsi öldü. Çünkü önceki aynı bölgede olan kazaların hepsinde hiçbir kurtulan olmamış. Evet, burada ailesine yazdığı bir mektup var. 26'mız hayatta. Uçak ikiye ayrıldı. Küçük yaralanmalarımız var. 8 haberlerinde gördük ki aramalar sona ermiş. Sadece rugby oyuncuları değil, başka kişiler de var Santiago'ya giden. Ve tabii ki Arjantin de Mendoza'da mola, yani durmaları gerekiyor kötü hava şartlarından dolayı. Ama Arjantin hükümet diyor ki yola devam etmelisiniz diyor. Çünkü o dönem Arjantin karışık, darbe yönetimleri var. Yani çok karmaşık, o sebeple yola devam ediyorlar. Tabii ben geldiğimden beri bu müze baya gelişmiş. Storm Corna. Adamın ismi de Storm. Diego Storm. Bu müze daha ben geldiğimde bayağı şeydi ya. Evet. Bayağı küçüktü. Bir adam 85 kiloyken 38 kilo kurtuluyor. Arkadaşlarının yemelerine rağmen yarıdan fazla kiloya düşüyorlar. Evet, uçağın tekerleği. Bu kapısı herhalde, aşağı iniyorsunuz ya. Evet, soğuğu bu şekilde. Bacaklarını birbirlerinin içine tutarak, penguenler gibi. Buranın sahibi çok akıllıca bir şekilde bunu bir felsefeye dönüştürmüş. Bir hedefin olmasının önemi diyor. Evet, hayatta kalma hedefiyle her şeyi yapıyorlar. Bu kondor aslında arkadaşlarını yemeyi planlamadıktan önce kondor görüyorlar. Bu dev bir kuş, dünyanın en büyük kuşu. Kondor tabii üstlerinde uçuyor. Yani öldüler mi kaldılar mı diye. Ve pilotun silah olduğunu söylediğini hatırlıyorlar. Ve silah çıkartıyorlar, kondoru öldürüp yiyecekler. Ama diyorlar bir daha kondor gözükmedi, bizden daha akıllı çıktı diyorlar. Çok acayip. Şimdi yukarı çıkalım. Evet. Bu kısım çok önemli, hatırlıyorum. Bir tanesinin görevi şu, karı suya çevirmek. Güney Amerika'ya benziyor yaptıkları şey. Su makinesi diyor. Güneş gözlükleri çok önemli. Bir tanesi buz yüzünden kornea transplantı olmuş. 2 kere ameliyat olmuş. Düşünün. Evet, bunlar koltuklardan yapılan elbiseler. Evet, uçağın koltuklarından şapka ve eldiven yapmışlar. Bu arada inanılmaz yetenekli insanlarmış ya. 1970'lerde. Şu anda böyle bir kaza olsa herhalde hiç kimse bir şey yapamaz gibi geliyor böyle. Baksanıza neler yapmışlar. Kot pantolondan bir çanta yapmışlar.
Porque más grandes o más pequeñas, todos tenemos a diario una montaña enfrente para atravesar de la mejor forma.
O zaman Yunanistan'a girmiş bakın. Herhalde. Portekiz'e girmiş 69'da. Paris. İyi geziyormuş ha. Belki pilotun olabilir bu. Ya bu kadar gezdiğine göre bunlar konuyla ilgili çekilen zamanında videolar. Ben muhtemelen TRT'de bunlardan bir tanesinin Türkçe dublajlısını izlemişimdir. Hey gidi hey. Ya da haberlerden izledim acaba yani. Ama ben doğduğumdan çok önce oluyor bu olay. Uçak ikiye bölünüyor arkadaşlar. Ve çığ geldiği zaman uçağın içine giriyor ve öldürüyor. Tell the
So
world.
we have to make jokes here. Please apologize if some looks a bit strange. You know, we try to answer here the most frequent asked questions. Normally, do you know question number one? No idea? Question number one is, where are the toilets? The toilets are straight ahead on the left side. Question number two is, do you have Wi-Fi? Yes, we have. And the third question is, what the hell happened? And the honest answer should and must be, we don't know. Because the plane was brand new. It's something we wish to underline. It was absolutely state-of-the-art, as I mentioned to you. It was manufactured under Fokker license from the Netherlands in Hagerstown, United States, and which is Maryland. Fairchild wanted to enter or to jump into the market niche left behind by the DC-3, which was a very famous and very popular plane, very important for you in order to reconquer Europe. And did you arrive by plane here?
No, we came
On the boat, because in front of our airport we have some very old planes from that time. And so they were not so successful with this plane. They only sold 78 units, and Uruguay bought 3 of them. And in front of the airport we have one, the last one, by the way, the last Fairchild FH227 ever built in history is in front of our airport. Now, what the hell happened? As mentioned before to some of you, here we can see it now, the route was scheduled Montevideo, Sao Paulo, it's your fault, Santiago de Chile. These are the Andes here, sun in the morning, sun in the afternoon, that creates up and downstreaming airflows. And so the pilot decided to make, in order to to avoid problems to the passengers, he made a stopover in Mendoza. A gesture which reveals his concern about the passengers. So that's a positive point. They have been waiting hours and hours there for better weather conditions, no way. So the pilot decided to stay in Mendoza. Before, cloudy day, no radar working here. Chile was upside down. The VOR did not work. So the pilot was forced to fly by time. That is, okay, here it's easy, here it's not so easy. Yeah? And we are like the Netherlands, no? More or less, very flat. You are a little below flat, to be too low. 1508, he reported that Friday 13th of October, that he was flying at 6,000 meters height, which is absolutely good. And he asked permission to enter the Planchon Pass, which is this street here in the air. And so far so good, he got the authorization. 13 minutes later, he got in touch with Santiago Tower, and that's so strange. He announced to Santiago authorities that he will be over Curicó City 1532. And that's perfectly well calculated. with this plane, with the given weather conditions, I mean winds coming from 270, we call it, when it's come from, in this case, from the front, at 75 kilometers an hour, you will need 24 minutes. Yeah? Repeat, 8 plus 24, 32. Homework's well done. Due to any reason, we don't know, because the plane was brand new, but it was a military plane. Neither Brazilian, Turkish, US, Dutch, Danish, Australian Air Force planes carry a black box on board due to obvious reasons. We don't have first-hand information. 3 minutes later, he asked permission to get course 004, which is exactly the course he should have taken here. It's north is 0, 004, a little bit on the right from 0. And he started to make the descent, but not here, he did it here. Again, it was a heavy clouded day. According to the testimony of the passengers, in the last seconds before the problem, they remember very close to the edge of the right wing. Don't forget that with this kind of planes, you have a wonderful view. Yeah? You see really good. And so they saw very close to the edge the big black peaks of the Andes. What the hell means very close? You know, first big question mark. Then they recall the plane's turbines with a noise they never have heard before, because now we know that the pilot, we presume the mechanical engineer who was seated on the jump seat we call the door of the cockpit, and there's normally like a picnic seat, you know, in order for the third person in the cockpit in this case. They sped up the engines over 13,000 revolutions a minute. Now you will ask me, this Mr. here from Sheffield, you will say, how do you know this if you told me there's no black box on board? Because if you look to the propellers, the propeller on your left is feathered, you know? What is this? The plane was so state-of-the-art that it was already equipped with auto feathering. And so the plane, how can we say this, understood that the pilot was doing a mistake by speeding up the engines, and so the blades were turned into neutral. It's like if you take your hand out of the car at high speed. This is one story, and this is another story. Yeah. So they recall also that in simultaneously to this noise, the plane's nose was pitched up, and again we depend on testimonies. In a certain way, we deal with 16 different stories. It's obvious, it's logic. I would say it's biologic, because if I ask you, and you, which is the color of the museum's facade, I would have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 different answers. You know, according to the survivors, they pitched up the nose 45 degrees. There was some times 60. Yes, but we know that due to the design of these kind of planes, you cannot pitch up over 30. And so your panic makes you see things differently. But if you pitch up 30, you will lose the vacuum over the wing. Yeah? Due to the shape of the wing, you create a vacuum, which is what actually carries you in the air. It's like the plane is hanging in the air. It's like, how can we say, your bag. Yeah? If I cut the strip, your bag will fall. And so if you cut the vacuum away, the plane falls, it recovers the vacuum, it gains, it loses, it gains again, etc. And this, especially those who were seated in the cockpit and close to the cockpit, you will feel like blah, blah, blah. And that particular moment, they recall screams, terrible screams, coming out from the cockpit, give me fucking pardon. And what happened is not like shown in the movie Alive, you know, the scene of the crash in the movie Alive or Vivus or Overleven, etc. The scene is not realistic. You cannot hit with the tail, lose the tail, keep on flying, lose one wing, and then the other. That is too Hollywood style, I would say. But in our opinion, the plane was stalling. That's the way we call this, estolagem in Portuguese. And so they hit on these ladder figures here. Exactly this one here missing, and this one here missing, because this collapsed 20 years ago. Big ones, huh? This was 30 meters, 40 meters. And the plane's nose, the plane fuselage was, you know, the wings were separated very abruptly. And it's a lot, it takes a lot of energy to make this damage on the plane, you know. And that was good, so the plane lost energy. You know? If I fall now and I grab your t-shirt or your polo, I will destroy your polo shirt, but I also can hurt you, but I will fall with less energy. Yeah? And so the plane lost the tail, which was kind of put very far away, 3 kilometers away, and the plane fuselage slipped down the slope here. This is very steep. Due to an angle of the camera, it looks very like a Uruguayan beach, but it's flat, it's steep, you see. And so the plane nose, or I mean the fuselage, landed on the slope, which in that particular year was covered by historical snowfall, 1 meter 20, 1 meter 50, which was good because it was like a cushion. And so the plane slid down, and on the ice of the glacier, there was also the snow layer, so the plane's nose digged into and stopped abruptly. And this scene in the movie Alive is very well recreated. No? The first one was stupid, but that is very well recreated because it shows you that the majority of those who passed away did it because they did not have the seatbelts fastened, and secondly, the seats compacted the passengers. Now, the nose was compacted this way. Mr. La Faradas was killed immediately, and poor Mr. Lagurara, he was terribly smashed, and his last words through the window to Roy Hardy were, "I passed Curicó, I passed Curicó, I passed Curicó, give me my gun, please, give me my gun, please." He wanted to kill himself. Now, Uruguayans, first time to see mountains, first time seated in the plane, first time to see snow. What would you do? You trust the pilot. And that's the reason why they always hiked into the wrong direction. They were not in Chile because Curicó is in the middle of Chile, and they were here. They were in Argentina, not in Chile. So that's the reason why they always hiked initially to the wrong side and lost a lot of time and efforts in this direction. Now, this is more or less what I wanted to share in front of these pictures here. Questions so far? No? Mr. Tur?
For you.
Yeah.
They couldn't find the plane with helicopters because the plane was white.
Thank you. This also good for Mr. Utrecht here. Yeah. This story has a lot of faces and facets, you know. The parents, initially, the plane was lost.
Yeah.
It was winter. The plane was white. The snow is white. The parents, in their despair, hired the services of 2 fortune tellers. Number 1 was a Uruguayan dowser. A dowser is, in your language, is a viajero de lopa. It's a rabdomante in Portuguese. So cara que procura água. It's a guy who looks for water in the field. And this guy, with a pendulous, I repeat, and you can read about this. This is not hot air. This guy with a pendulous, with a map, and the pullover, which belonged to my neighbor, Javier Mitol, he appointed this place, exactly where the plane was, day number 3. And so the parents made an approach to the Air Force of Chile and said, "God, could this be possible that the plane is here?" Yeah, they said, because it's so far away from the route. And the Chileans said, "We have been there already 2 times. If they are there, they are all dead. And we cannot put into risk our staff and crews and choppers to rescue dead bodies. We will do so end of February." So the search was postponed from October towards February. And that was the wonderful news they heard through the small pocket receiver. You know? Now, if you read Nikolić's letter, this is Gustavo Nikolić, I mentioned to you downstairs about his letters. 20 years old guy, Gustavo wrote these letters, and his first letter addressed to his girlfriend started more or less in this way. Yes, bye-bye, enjoy your stay here. Oh, make it, buy it. Gustavo wrote to his girlfriend very nicely. He said, "We are in a wonderful place." I don't know where he got the energy to write this. "We are in a wonderful place, surrounded by mountains, on a frozen lake." And that was a problem, because we Uruguayans do not know glaciers. A glacier goes always a little bit down. A lake is horizontal. And that's the reason why they believed 101% in the pilot's opinion. Secondly, he wrote, "On Sunday, they passes by over us, 2 planes, 2 times each one. So we are happy, very happy that we are going to be rescued soon." Sorry. The other guy was Mr. Gérard Croisset from Utrecht. He worked for the Utrecht police in order to look for dead bodies, you know, for persons who were missed, etc. And this guy was very accurate. He describes 8 points, which are honestly goosebumping. First of all, if you go a little bit, to watch this picture, he said, "I see a big worm with life inside, with the front door slightly opened." It's a wonderful description. Secondly, he said something goosebumping, and still goosebumping me today. "We have not to blame the pilot. It's a co-pilot's fault." And nobody was aware that Mr. Lagurara and Mr. Ferreras switched the seats. So the guy in charge was Mr. Lagurara, the co-pilot. Now, you know, I have to put some things into clear. Normally, the guy with the 4 stripes, yes, when I fly with my wife, she says, "Oh, the captain is coming," you know? And then followed by the guy with the 3 stripes, and more or less, the co-pilot. No? Second-class people. No. Co-pilot and pilots are exactly the same. The problem is, or the difference is, the guy with the 4 stripes has the legal authority on the plane. And we train a lot of pilots here, from Airbus 380 or 777 Boeing, whatever you wish. And it's very frequent that the co-pilot has more flying hours than the pilot himself on a particular plane. Now, the guy with the 4 stripes is backed up by the authorities of the company, for instance. And obviously could be longer at the company, but it's not a reason to think that the co-pilot is absolutely unexperienced. In this case, Mr. Lagurara was older, had more flying hours, yes, and he crossed more times the Andes with the same plane. Okay, so we cannot qualify or dequalify Mr. Lagurara. So these were more or less the facts. The poor pilot passed away, and so they started to keep on living there. Yeah, maybe stop now.
Yes.
So welcome. Whatever questions I'm here for. Do you have further questions?
Thank you. I have all done. Thank you very much.
No, welcome.
For after 10 years, you look still handsome and young.
Goodness.
Hope to see you in 10 years too.
Oh, I'm still alive. In
Yeah,
50 years, you have to go with me to pick up our. We left a. How do you say this? A time capsule.
Yeah. You left there?
Yeah, because it's 50 years now. Last October,
Yeah.
50 years. So we made a time capsule with my colleagues, and it should be picked up by you and by me in 50 years.
In
Yeah?
50 years I'll be there. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Thank you very much. 10 yıl sonra tekrar burada abimizle buluştuk. Güzeldi tekrar. Daha da büyütmüş. Daha da güzel olmuş. Size ayrıntılarıyla olayı anlatacağız. Gerçekten dünya tarihinde yaşanmış ilginç olaylardan bir tanesi. Bugünlük bu kadar. Kendinize iyi bakın. Görüşmek üzere.